welcome back to our channel. So we're actually at the Pump House in Oslo. It's a nice bodybuilder gym, we've heard. So we are here today to train hammies and a badass hip. So yeah, I'm here with my coaches and we are going to train something together actually, and during the process you will get some tips and tricks of technique and how to get more muscle mass. So as you know, I talked before that I'm more developed in the front rather than back, so we have been training back for quite some time now and we're seeing progress, and it's thanks to these exercises that we will show you guys today. Okay coaches, yes, what's the first exercise?
Chest flies.
Vi bara yeah. We're gonna do
very professional coaches. Yep. We're talking off season. Is there anything you should think about training wise during off season compared to on season?
The big thing is the tolerance for volume and training intensity. That when you're on off season, generally you're eating more, you have a better recoverability, you have more your ability to recover is bigger, and that's something that you can see specifically when it comes to the training volume. So off season you tend to be able to handle a little bit more volume. When you're on season, cutting down on calories, might have to take the volume down a notch. Maybe not in the start, but when you go further out in the diet and the on season, you have to scale down the volume. So that's a big thing.
And for Jessica, symmetry wise, a little bit quad dominant before, and now we're focusing on the posterior chain.
Now we're focusing more on trying to make her more even, so more glutes and hamstring for sure. She's still working the quads, but not as much as before. Now we're gonna get the backside too.
They hate when you elevate. Stacking up losses, I'm handing them out, yeah, I had to go delegate. It feel like I'm floating, I'm lost in the moment, I swear I could levitate. They never believed that I would really fly, I had to go demonstrate. I had to set them straight. They hate when you elevate. Elevate. They hate when you elevate. Elevate. Yeah. They hate when you elevate. Elevate. They hate when you elevate. Yeah. I had to elevate. I'm way too fly. Yeah, I'm feeling myself. Ain't no chance I'm coming down, no. Got a soul view to myself, yeah. Why would I give it up? Why do they wanna come take my place? I work too hard for it, don't need a replacement. This my vocation, now I got rollies all in rotation. Hop on a jet just to take a vacation. Remember the moments was trapped in the basement. Now the hard work is all taking me places.
Can you tell me the difference between the seated leg curl and the lying leg curl?
Yeah, so in the seated leg curl you're working with your hip bent and also the knee, so you're getting full stretch on the hamstring. On the lying leg curl you are not having the hip bent, so you're not getting the stretch on hamstring over the hip, and you're mainly like working the hamstring in shortened position. So it's actually a big difference. Yeah.
And lengthened position is better, or
it depends. Actually, I have both in my, during my whole week of sessions, my 3 leg days, I have both sitting and laying on different days. Yeah. So when she are doing the lying leg curl, she also has a stiff-legged deadlift right after, where we train the hamstring in lengthened position, so you get both. Right. It's clever mathematics, programming the lengthenings of the muscle mass.
You get to have it all, no need to choose. First let me demonstrate how you can rise to the top. Yeah, I had to elevate. They hate when you elevate. Yeah, they hate when you elevate. They hate when you elevate. Yeah, I had to elevate. They hate when you elevate. Stacking up losses, I'm handing them out, yeah, I had to go delegate. It feel like I'm floating, I'm lost in the moment, I swear I couldn't levitate. They never believed that I would really fly, I had to go demonstrate. I had to set them straight. Hey, when you elevate, and stacking up losses, I'm handing them out, yeah, I had to go delegate. It feel like I'm floating, I'm lost in the moment, I swear I couldn't levitate. They never believed that I would really fly, I had to go demonstrate. I had to set them straight. Hey, when you elevate.
And what was it that you went through just about earlier?
I told her to not point her toes outwards,
Yeah.
because we are working the glute max, to put it in a better position to work. And when she's going down, she's falling on her heels. She's like moving backwards a lot and getting unstable, and we want to keep the weight over the whole foot, right? So she's gonna keep her knees here over the foot, and she's gonna go backwards with the glutes, but also up, so she doesn't fall backwards like this.
I need to know everything, who and the what and the where, I need everything. Trust me, I hear what you're saying, but act like it's new what you're telling me. I'm curious, George, I hop in the Porsche, 5 on a horse, I'm ready for war, I'm coming for throats, to turn to a ghost, I need to know everything. Now you be surprised at the info you get is by letting them talk, so I'm letting them talk. Gotta keep quiet, maneuver in silence, then let them in, chalk up their body, another one body, that's just how it go. I got some secrets, I'm shaking the game so they stay on their toes. Stay in your lane, how to stay on the go. I came to play with the pros and act like a rookie, so they overlook me, then I double up again, none of their nose. None of them cold, they just got lucky but never adapted, so I'm to the one if it's coming to blows. My enemies cutting it close, I let them think that they got me, but what do you know? I had them beat before we ever spoke, I'm ready for smoke. I need to know everything, who and the what and the where, I need everything. Trust me, I hear what you're saying, but act like it's new what you're telling me. I'm curious, George, I hop in the Porsche, 5 on a horse, I'm ready for war, I'm coming for throats, to turn to a ghost, I need to know everything. Now they ain't go harder than me, they need a blade in a sheath, a shank in a piece, a crate full of heat, an army, a fleet, a tank and a jeep, a navy at sea, with ace a marine, an ace up they sleeve, a team of marines, a freak on a leash, a beast with an appetite, razor for teeth, and still they will lay at my feet. Boy, you got the wrong one. I gotta look over all of my publishing statements for Q1 as soon as the song's done. I gotta call up my mama and tell her I made it as soon as my log's done. I gotta read all my trade publications and sip my tea till it is all done. I think it's all fun. I need to know everything, who and the what and the where, I need everything. Trust me, I hear what you're saying, but act like it's new what you're telling me. I'm curious, George, I hop in the Porsche, 5 on a horse, I'm ready for war, I'm coming for throats, to turn to a ghost, I need to know everything. I need to know everything, who and the what and the where, I need everything. Trust me, I hear what you're saying, but act like it's new what you're telling me. I'm curious, George, I hop in the Porsche, 5 on a horse, I'm ready for war, I'm coming for throats, to turn to a ghost, I need to know everything.
What was the tip there?
When you're in the top position, because in a hip thrust, we have two things that separate the hip thrust from the Romanian deadlift when it comes to both the strength curve, but the loading profile on a muscle. That in a hip thrust, first of all, you have more peak tension overload in the shortened position. Romanian deadlift that they did before, in the lengthened position, when I have more stretch on the glutes, and specifically the part of the glute, the lower part of the glute, that is more dominant in just hip flexion, hip extension, but stretches in the hip flexion when you bend the hip. Here we will have more emphasis on the upper part of the glute, that's still doing hip extension, but also contributes more, or gets more focused, more emphasis on when we are externally rotate the femur, like the upper leg, when we externally rotate it. But the thing is that we want to, in the top position, we want to rotate it out without pushing the knees too much to the side, because this is a rotation, this is not a rotation, so we want to have that movement.
I feel it more in the glutes.
And when it comes to the abduction, the abduction moving, pushing the knees outwards, you will still get force here. So the knees will still go outwards a little bit, and you will use the more upper part of the glute. That's more in the abduction part of the movement, so to speak. but we don't want to over-cue that, or we don't want to think so much about driving the knees outwards, because then we can lose the external rotation. Make sense?
So think about rotating your femur.
Yes, out. And try to hold the knee still, but then the knees won't be still. Just try to think that, because then it won't be overly abducted. English, that's not my first language. Okay, so they say they talk to me to stand up. We're gonna do a variation of a step up, but we want to take away a little bit from the quads to make it even more, to put even more emphasis on the glutes. So when Jess is doing the step up, instead of just having a high box and going up and down, we actually have a lower box, and she's focusing more on stepping back with the rear foot.
Why?
I will show you now.
Okay.
Because of her asymmetry in the legs, we want to build a little bit more glutes without pushing the quads too much. So we have the technique here when we're taking the foot back as far as we can, focus on stretching out the glutes and not so much bending the knee. You can actually see her bending a little bit to the side. We want her to stay neutral in the hip, get more stretch over the glute. So we want her to actually rotate a little bit inwards there and push the knee in. So in the pressure inåt. There, exactly. Because you want to stretch there. So
As much stretch as possible.
Exactly. So when she goes down, we want to keep it neutral. And then when she goes down, rotate in a little bit, push the knee in. Yes, to get more stretch and come up.
I can feel this in my glutes.
Me too.
Ja. Helvete.
Something that people usually do is putting their hip like that. You actually lose tension on the glute. So you want to be there. There we have the tension on the glute.
Helvete vad jag
How heavy is that?
It's not the most heaviest, it's just like a different stretch. So it feels like my mobility is like it's stretching so much. You have to be against the stretch and not take the easy part, easy way.
Ain't nothing changed with the same ones. Banking on these wins with the same ones. Ain't nothing changed with the same ones. And when the game ends with the same ones. You know, God did that. All of these blessings fall in my lap. But I get a cross tat on my back, so you can never cross me, and that's facts. When you hit me banging now, we been bad to bad. You know, God did that, I'm on track to get a couple more wins under my belt. I can't lie, he padded my stats. Look at me, way too relaxed, but I do not lie inside of my raps, and I do not hide behind all these apps. We don't chase clout, we chase the impact. I told them like, I stayed down, never switched up. I just switched lanes in this big thought. They was shooting all their shots at me, and I thank God that they missed us. I'm still the same, I ain't changed. Ain't nothing changed with the same ones.
Är du blir trött? Trött hungrig.
Ja, jag är trött älskling.
This is Jessica's tired and hungry face. She's smiling, but you can see the sadness and pain in her eyes.
I need food.
Mm.
And a coffee.
Last exercise.
It's been a long day, like yesterday too, and today it's like excitement, a lot of feelings, and now my muscles are tired. And I'm usually training on the afternoon, so I usually have like 3-4 meals in my body. Now I only have breakfast and some lunch. It's not little, but I'm still feeling it. And now we're like doing like a, not a mini cut. Oh, excuse me, vi ska, ursäkta, Alex, bakom dig. Okay.
It's the last exercise. Come on, you can do it.
Tar upp överkroppen istället för underkroppen. Det är fortsatt samma del som jobbar här. Så.
Här känner jag det rätt. It's a hard exercise.
Så. Yes. Och så bara vara kvar där. Helt still där. Nu är det jättebra vinkel här. Så vill jag bara att du faller rätt ner här. Yes. Och så sträcker vi ut här. Yes, där. Och där. Och sen så drar du upp det genom att komma där. Yes. Och så kommer du lite ner mot mig där. Yes. Och så bara sträcker ut här. Yes.
So we are done. This was an amazing fat ass hammies workout with my coaches. I hope you enjoyed it, and all of their tips and techniques are something that you can try at home. So let me know if you want to see more of this. And thank you Pump House for letting us be here, and I'm so excited to hear what you think, and I hope you will grow some hammies and glutes yourself. So yeah, this was
Comment and subscribe and stuff.
Yeah, subscribe, like, and comment what you want to see more of. So cheers!